Let me ask you something that might make you pause and really look within. What if the one thing you've been using to relax, unwind, or feel better is the very thing holding you back from the life you're meant to live? What if alcohol, that drinks so deeply woven into our culture, our social circles, and even our sense of self, is blocking you from the deeper spiritual awakening you've been searching for? This isn't about judgment. It's not about labeling alcohol as bad or shaming anyone for drinking. No, this is about truth. This is about lifting the veil and seeing what's really happening on an energetic and spiritual level when you consume alcohol. Because if you're here, if you're watching this video, then I know you felt it. That pull toward something greater, that whisper in your soul that there's more to life than what you've been told. But to awaken to that truth, you need clarity. You need connection. You need to be aligned with your highest self. And alcohol, it's one of the greatest obstacles standing in your way. Let's begin with what alcohol really is, not just physically, but energetically. When you drink alcohol, you're doing more than just putting a liquid into your body. You're ingesting a substance that has a direct impact on your vibration, your energy field, and your connection to the spiritual realms. Alcohol is often referred to as spirits, and that's not just a clever name. Ancient cultures understood that alcohol has the ability to open you up not to higher consciousness, but to lower vibrational energies.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Think about it. Have you ever noticed how alcohol can change a person? How someone who is typically calm and kind can become aggressive, reckless, or emotional after drinking? Or how someone who is usually confident and grounded can suddenly seem lost, scattered, or even out of control? That's not just the physical effects of alcohol, it's the energetic effects. Alcohol lowers your vibration, creating cracks in your energy field. And when your energy field is compromised, you become vulnerable to external influences, energies that don't have your best interests at heart. But why does this happen? To understand this, we need to go deeper. You are not just a physical being. You are an energetic being, surrounded by a field of energy that connects you to everything in the universe. This energy field is like your spiritual armor. It protects you, it guides you, and it keeps you aligned with your higher self. When your energy field is strong and clear, you feel grounded, intuitive, and connected. But when it's weak or compromised, you feel scattered, disconnected, and easily influenced by negative energies. Alcohol weakens your energy field. It distorts your vibration, pulling you out of alignment with your higher self and your spiritual path. It's like turning the volume down on your intuition and turning the volume up on everything that distracts you from your truth. And here's the thing. Those distractions aren't random. When your vibration is lowered by alcohol, you attract energies, thoughts, and experiences that match that lower frequency. Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how drinking often leads to regret? How it pulls you into situations, conversations, or behaviors that don't reflect who you truly are? That's not a coincidence. Alcohol doesn't just affect your body and mind, it affects your soul. It disconnects you from your inner guidance, making it harder to discern what's right for you. And in that disconnection, you become vulnerable to manipulation, not just from others, but from the unseen forces that thrive on keeping you in a state of confusion and disempowerment. But it goes even deeper than that. Alcohol doesn't just block your spiritual awakening, it actively works against it. When you're on a spiritual path, you're working to raise your vibration, to clear your energy, and to align with your higher purpose. Alcohol does the opposite. It lowers your vibration, clouds your energy, and pulls you further away from your purpose. It's like trying to climb a mountain with a weight tied to your back. No matter how hard you try, you're constantly being pulled down. And here's the thing, alcohol isn't just a physical substance, it's a symbol. It represents escapism, avoidance, and the need to numb ourselves from the truth. Why do we drink? Is it really for the taste, or is it because we're trying to fill a void? To escape the stress, the pain, or the discomfort of being fully present with ourselves? Let me ask you something profound. What are you running from? What part of yourself are you trying to numb? Because the truth is, alcohol is not the solution, it's a distraction. It keeps you from facing the very things you need to heal in order to awaken. And as long as you're using alcohol as a crutch, you're delaying your growth, your healing, and your connection to the divine. But here's the good news. You don't need alcohol. You never did. The peace, the joy, the connection you're seeking, it's already within you. You don't need a drink to feel confident, relaxed, or loved. Those feelings are your natural state. They're what you return to when you clear away the distractions and reconnect with your true self. So I want to challenge you. What would happen if you let go of alcohol, even just for a while? What would you discover about yourself? What would you feel? What would you awaken to? In the next part, we're going to dive even deeper into the energetic and spiritual consequences of alcohol. We'll explore the unseen forces that alcohol opens you up to and how they can influence your thoughts, emotions, and reality. Let's go even deeper into this journey into the unseen forces that alcohol opens you up to and how they influence your thoughts, emotions, and reality. This is where things get truly profound and perhaps even a little uncomfortable. But let me remind you, discomfort is often a sign that you're on the edge of growth. If you're willing to stay with me to let this truth sink in, you'll begin to see alcohol for what it really is, not just a substance, but a spiritual block that subtly but powerfully keeps you from your highest potential. You see, alcohol doesn't just lower your vibration, it unanchors you from your center. It creates a distortion in your energy field, almost like static on a radio, making it harder for you to tune into the frequencies of love, clarity, and intuition. This is why, after drinking, you might feel foggy, ungrounded, or even emotionally unstable. But what's even more important to understand is that when you're in this ungrounded state, you're not just disconnected from your higher self, you're also more susceptible to external energies. Let me explain. Your energy field is like a protective bubble that surrounds you, shielding you from outside influences and allowing you to maintain your sovereignty. When you drink, that bubble becomes thin, cracked, or even temporarily collapses. And in that vulnerable state, energies that you would normally repel, energies of fear, anger, or even entities from lower realms, find an entry point. These are not just metaphors. Many ancient spiritual traditions, from shamanic practices to Eastern philosophies, have warned about the energetic risks of consuming alcohol. It's often described as opening the door to forces that don't have your best interests at heart. Have you ever wondered why alcohol is sometimes referred to as spirits? It's not just a poetic term. There's a reason why people behave in ways they don't recognize after drinking, why they might say things they regret or act out of character. Alcohol creates a temporary disconnection between your body, mind, and soul, leaving a gap where other energies can step in. These energies aren't necessarily evil, but they are opportunistic. They feed off confusion, chaos, and disconnection, exactly the states that alcohol creates. Let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up after a night of drinking and felt like you weren't fully yourself? Like a part of you was missing or overshadowed? That's not just a hangover talking. On a spiritual level, alcohol can fragment your energy, making it harder for you to feel whole and aligned. And the more frequently you drink, the more this fragmentation becomes a pattern, leading to a sense of emptiness or disconnection that no amount of alcohol can fill. But why does this happen? To understand this, we need to look at the energetic dynamics of alcohol. Alcohol is a depressant, not just for your nervous system, but for your soul. It dulls your senses, numbing not only your physical pain, but also your emotional and spiritual awareness. And while that might feel like relief in the moment, it comes at a cost. Every time you numb yourself, you're avoiding an opportunity to grow. You're turning away from the very lessons, feelings, or insights that your soul is trying to bring to your attention. Let me ask you this: what emotions are you avoiding when you drink? What truths are you afraid to face? Because the truth is, alcohol doesn't solve anything. It simply pauses the pain, the discomfort, or the longing, only for it to return even stronger once the effects wear off. And in the meantime, it keeps you stuck in a cycle of avoidance, preventing you from doing the deep inner work that leads to true healing and awakening. But there's another layer to this one that's even more subtle but just as powerful. Alcohol doesn't just affect your personal energy field, it also affects your connection to the collective. When you drink, your vibration lowers, and you become more attuned to the collective energies of fear, doubt, and separation that dominate much of the world. This is why alcohol is so often associated with escapism. It pulls you out of your higher awareness and into the collective unconscious, where it's easier to feel lost, overwhelmed, or disconnected. And here's the thing: when you're disconnected from your higher self, you're not just vulnerable to external influences, you're also more likely to act in ways that create karma. Think about it. How many arguments, mistakes, or regrets have stemmed from alcohol-fueled decisions? How many relationships have been strained, opportunities missed, or dreams delayed because of actions taken in a state of lowered awareness? This isn't a coincidence. Alcohol clouds your judgment, making it harder to act from a place of love, integrity, and alignment. And every time you act out of alignment, you create ripples in your life that take time and energy to heal. But don't misunderstand me, this isn't about blame or shame. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing the patterns and making a conscious choice to break free. Because here's the truth: alcohol isn't the problem. It's a symptom. And once you address those root causes, once you heal the parts of yourself that are seeking escape, you'll no longer feel the need to reach for alcohol. You'll find that the peace, joy, and connection you've been seeking were within you all along. So, let me ask you again, what are you really seeking when you drink? Is it connection? Relaxation? Confidence? Whatever it is, I want you to know that you don't need alcohol to access it. You don't need a substance to feel whole, loved, or free. Those states are your natural birthright. They're who you are at your core. And the more you let go of the things that block your energy, the more you'll reconnect with that truth. But here's where the real work begins. Letting go of alcohol isn't just about quitting, it's about transforming. It's about replacing the habit of numbing with the habit of feeling. It's about replacing avoidance with awareness, distraction with presence, and disconnection with connection. And yes, it's uncomfortable at first, but discomfort is the price of growth. It's the gateway to awakening. Now let's dive into the heart of transformation, how to break free from the grip of alcohol and rediscover the power, clarity, and spiritual connection that have always been within you. This is not just about quitting a habit or making a lifestyle change. This is about reclaiming your energy, your sovereignty, and your truth. Because when you let go of alcohol, you're not just removing a substance, you're removing a barrier that has kept you from fully stepping into your highest self. Let's begin with the first truth you need to understand. Breaking free from alcohol isn't about willpower, it's about alignment. When you try to quit something purely through force or resistance, you're fighting against yourself. You're focusing on the thing you're trying to avoid, which only strengthens its hold over you. But when you shift your focus toward what you're gaining, toward the freedom, clarity, and connection that await you, you begin to align with a higher energy that naturally pulls you forward. So, let me ask you this: what would your life look like if you were free from alcohol? Not just in the physical sense, but energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. Imagine waking up every morning with a clear mind, a vibrant body, and a soul that feels fully connected to its purpose. Imagine having the energy to pursue your dreams, the confidence to face your challenges, and the peace to be fully present with yourself and others. Hold that vision in your mind, because that's where we're headed. The first step to breaking free is awareness. Awareness of not just what alcohol is doing to you, but why you've allowed it into your life in the first place. This is not about blame or guilt, it's about understanding. Ask yourself, what role has alcohol been playing in my life? What need has it been fulfilling? For many, alcohol becomes a way to escape from stress, pain, loneliness, or even boredom. But here's the truth: whatever you've been using alcohol to escape from, it's still there, waiting for you. And the only way to truly heal is to face it. But facing your pain doesn't have to be overwhelming. It's a process, and it begins with self-compassion. Instead of judging yourself for the times you've turned to alcohol, thank yourself for surviving, for doing your best with the tools you had at the time. And now, recognize that you're ready for a new tool, a tool that doesn't numb you, but empowers you. One of the most powerful tools for breaking free is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present with what is, without judgment, without resistance, and without distraction. When you're mindful, you begin to notice the patterns and triggers that lead you to drink. Maybe it's a certain time of day, a specific emotion, or a social situation. Whatever it is, mindfulness allows you to observe it without being controlled by it. Here's an exercise to try. The next time you feel the urge to drink, pause. Take a deep breath, and instead of reaching for the drink, reach for your journal. Write down exactly what you're feeling in that moment. What thoughts are running through your mind? What emotions are rising in your body? What do you think alcohol will give you? This simple practice of self-inquiry can help you uncover the deeper layers of your relationship with alcohol, and once you see them, you can begin to heal them. But healing is not just about looking inward, it's also about taking action. One of the most effective ways to break free from alcohol is to replace it with something that nourishes you. This could be as simple as drinking a herbal tea in the evening instead of a glass of wine, or as transformative as starting a meditation practice that helps you connect with your higher self. The key is to find rituals and practices that elevate your energy rather than deplete it. Let me ask you this: what activities make you feel alive? What practices help you feel connected to your inner truth? Maybe it's walking in nature, listening to music, creating art, or spending time with loved ones. Whatever it is, make it a priority in your life, because the more you fill your life with things that uplift you, the less room there is for alcohol to take hold. And then there's the power of community. Breaking free from alcohol doesn't mean you have to do it alone. In fact, one of the most transformative things you can do is surround yourself with people who support your growth and share your commitment to living a high-vibrational life. Seek out friends, mentors, or groups who inspire you to be your best self. These connections can serve as a powerful reminder that you're not on this journey alone, and that every step you take is part of a larger awakening. But let's talk about what happens when you slip up, because the truth is, this journey is not linear. You might have moments where you fall back into old patterns, where you reach for a drink out of habit or emotion. And when that happens, the most important thing you can do is to forgive yourself. A single moment does not define you. What defines you is your willingness to keep going, to keep choosing alignment over avoidance, and to keep showing up for yourself, no matter how many times you stumble. So, let me ask you again, what would it feel like to reclaim your power? To let go of the substance that has been holding you back and step fully into the life you were meant to live, because that life is waiting for you. It's not somewhere far away, it's here, now, in this moment. And every choice you make brings you closer to it. Now we arrive at the most powerful and inspiring part of this journey. You've begun to uncover the truth about alcohol's impact on your energy, your emotions, and your spiritual awakening. You've explored the tools and practices that can help you break free. But what happens when you truly let go? When alcohol is no longer a part of your life and you begin to live fully aligned with your highest self? Let me tell you, this is where the magic begins. This is where you awaken to the life you were always meant to live. When you remove alcohol from your life, the first thing you notice is clarity. It's as if a fog that had been clouding your vision suddenly lifts, and you can see your path with sharpness and focus. This clarity is not just mental, it's spiritual. You begin to hear your intuition more clearly, to feel the guidance of your higher self, and to recognize the synchronicities that were always there but were once drowned out by the noise of distraction. Suddenly, the decisions that once seemed so difficult about relationships, career, or even your purpose become effortless. You're no longer second-guessing yourself because you're tuned into the wisdom that has always been within you. But clarity is just the beginning. The next transformation is energy. Without alcohol draining and distorting your vibration, you begin to feel a surge of vitality that touches every aspect of your life. You wake up in the morning with a sense of lightness and possibility. Your body feels stronger and more alive. Your emotions, instead of swinging between extremes, settle into a state of balance and harmony. And this energy isn't just physical, it's magnetic. People start to notice the change in you. They're drawn to your presence, your confidence, your light. This is because your vibration is rising, and as you align with higher frequencies, you naturally attract experiences and opportunities that match that energy. Let me ask you this, what could you create with this newfound energy? What dreams have you been putting off because you didn't have the clarity, focus, or drive to pursue them? Because here's the truth, when you let go of alcohol, you're not just gaining more time or energy, you're gaining yourself. The version of you that is limitless, fearless, and fully aligned with your purpose begins to emerge. And then there's the transformation in your relationships. When you're no longer using alcohol as a crutch or a mask, your connections with others become deeper, more authentic, and more meaningful. You're no longer seeking validation or approval from others because you found it within yourself. This shift creates a ripple effect. The people in your life begin to mirror your energy, meeting you with the same authenticity and love that you're now radiating. Toxic relationships naturally fall away, making room for the kind of soul-aligned connections that nourish your spirit. But perhaps the most profound transformation is in your connection to the divine. When you let go of alcohol, the barriers between you and the spiritual realms dissolve. Meditation becomes deeper and more powerful. You begin to experience moments of profound stillness, where you feel the presence of something greater than yourself. These moments of connection remind you that you are not alone, that you are always supported, and that you are part of a vast, intelligent universe. This is the essence of spiritual awakening, not just believing in a higher power, but feeling it, living it, and knowing it as an undeniable truth. Let me share something that many people don't realize. Alcohol doesn't just block your spiritual awakening, it replaces it with a false sense of connection. That temporary buzz, that feeling of release or euphoria, it's a shallow imitation of the true bliss that comes from aligning with your higher self. When you experience real spiritual connection, you realize that alcohol was never a worthy substitute. The joy, peace, and oneness you feel when you're fully awakened are infinitely greater than anything a substance could ever provide. So, let me ask you, what would it feel like to experience that kind of connection? To wake up every day knowing that you're living in alignment with your soul's purpose? Because that's what's waiting for you on the other side of alcohol. A life that is not just free from the limitations of the past, but filled with the infinite possibilities of the present. And this is the ultimate gift of letting go of alcohol. You reclaim your power not just for yourself, but for the collective. You step into the role you were always meant to play as a creator, a healer, a force of transformation in the world. Every choice you make to align with your highest self sends a ripple through the universe, raising the vibration of humanity as a whole. This is your time to rise, to awaken, to live as the highest version of yourself. Alcohol is not your friend, your solution, or your escape, it's your barrier. And now you have the power to remove it. The question is, will you? The life you've been searching for is already waiting for you. All you have to do is take the first step. The journey to awakening begins now, and I promise you, it's worth it.